Game. Oh, Scotty, okay?
I am, but I think I'm reconnected again. Just have to wait and see.
Who made this game? Were they drunk or were they high? I don't know.
That actually might have been my end because my OBS actually reset. So I don't think that was the game. I think that was
From
that.
you.
Yeah. So I think that was my end. I think I got some storms in my area. So might have a couple issues. I was going to say, Mozzie, you might have to be back up, but then again, it's not even letting you in the game. So that's sort of how well we're
Well,
going.
I'm currently at invites and requests and time trial, so whenever you get the chance. Because I can stream the race if it needs. I still have a
That's all right. If it gives me the actual thing, hopefully we can get back in. Apologies for that. We're missing probably the best part of quali, and this game has decided to shit itself. So yeah, really unfortunate. Right, come on, hurry up. Oh, it's not even letting me spectate. God, this game's great, isn't it? So again, apologies. It's not even letting me spectate and join the session. Come on. Alright, what we might do, I might completely restart. So just give us a minute. Quickly go back to the filler screen. So we'll just waffle on while I reset. Again, big apologies, everybody. EA not working with us. Potentially, my OBS just had a little moment, so really unfortunate there. While we're loading back in, we'll have a quick look at our overall constructors after round number 2. Racing Bulls obviously with a big lead. 59 points over Sauber, and I believe RB had both their drivers last night in Tier 3, both score inside the top 6, so I have a feeling with Enduro points we'll be well above that. Aston Martin in P3, Williams moving up a couple of spots from the week prior up into P4. Red Bull, the biggest loser there, been down 4 spots. Mercedes, Alpine, McLaren, and Haas with 24 points after the opening 2 rounds. So as it hopefully loads me into the session very quickly. Unfortunately, we won't quite see the quality results until we load into the session. So hopefully we can do that. Moz, are you at least in?
Nope, still manage game invites.
Yeah,
Hang on, Jacko.
Yeah, that's right. Jacko's going to try and do it. Again, big apologies, everybody. That it's not been the best stream, unfortunately. And now I'm getting online services because I can't connect. Oh, this is absolutely lovely. Oh, no, because I can't even connect to the PlayStation network. That's how well I'm going. Jesus. Alright, I'll get Jacko to send me another one.
Well, how lovely is this game? What are we rating it? 10 out of 10?
See, the online wasn't this buggy at the start of the session. They're obviously hopefully working decently on F1 25.
Lobby is fried.
Oh.
From Cuds, lobby is fried. Just said in the Discord.
Might have to. This might be a complete lobby reset. I'm actually in because we've done started lap number 1. So it's Romsey, Jacko, Draco, Marvelin, Echo, and Hado, our top 6 at the moment. Just waiting to see what the call is, because there might be a red flag. Apparently the lobby might have a few issues. Obviously, we don't really want to have this delayed too much, considering that we are in an enduro.
And it is 5 p.m. and some people might want to go out for a drink tonight.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I said we're going to be here till about 7 o'clock anyway, so
Exactly.
it's
Prime drink time.
looking clean at the moment. We'll get everything up now for everybody. Everybody starting on the medium compound tyres. Ladozi, Lamb, and Sheldon on the soft compound tyres. As we see, side by side action between Eco and Hado. Eco winning that battle out P5. So at the moment it's Romsey. Looking at the position changes, so Romsey actually picked up pole position from Draco, from Jacko. They were your top 3. That's what we missed at the end of quali. So starting lap 2 of 66. Romsey leads as we see the McLaren getting the move done. Oscar Piastri go up into the top 6 now. As we have everybody still racing cleanly. Sheldon and Donmore having a little battle at the back. They've lost DRS already. Lamb and Cocker.
Their cars are, both of them are desynced, and Donmore's car's not letting them take control.
Oh, this is lovely, isn't it?
Could you send me an invite, please, if you have time?
I will, once we see this little battle with Lamb and Ladozi. Ladozi losing a spot to the Haas, so down to P12. So we'll see if this invite works. Where are you there?
Thank you. I got an invite. Oh my god, I swear to god, if it sends me to your Discord server, I'm going to throw something.
Oh, who bloody knows? So, lap 2 of 66.
I got a ghost invite.
Alright.
Oh, this game.
This game's absolutely lovely, isn't it? So,
most of his checking for restart or not.
That's right. Draco goes quickest, then Lamb on those sub-compounded tyres. DRS was obviously enabled last lap. Jacko thinking about a move, not quite happening. So we'll sit behind.
Where is stream? Let's watch stream.
As we head over to the midfield now. Eco currently in P5. So all these drivers within DRS toys, unfortunately, is out, so top 16 still there. Battlecat's dropped to 14th as we see Lamb and Dude, both Haas swapping positions as they make up their way through 7 and 8 now. Oh, Ladozi getting a little bit sideways as we fly through turns 9, and then you can see the long start finish straight, the long train of cars. So again, it is an enduro, so you don't want to send a silly move, get damage, ruin your race early.
You could get damage and you could still end up winning the race. Who knows?
True, it gives you time, but you really don't want to put yourself in that situation that you'll cause that, so...
Fair enough. Romsey currently leading. I'm currently just watching from stream.
Oh, so you can't get in as Jacko takes the race lead for the first time. So Jacko from Romsey, Draco's right there on board with the RB.
I actually have no stream delay. I'm watching the battles just as quick as you, because they're just gone under MSC Cruises.
Oh, Dan's left the session now, so...
Well, this game is fun.
Oh,
That's 3 drivers and a comp.
As we've got the cool dude, yellow flag, he's in the gravel. So you don't normally get out there unless you've either hit the grass on the right-hand side or you maybe have had a little bit of a touch from the inside, as Donmore unfortunately has retired, and I expect that's just be the spectator glitch, unable to retake control. Ladozi's retired as well. Where is he done?
Where was Ladozi?
Where has he done?
I think he wasn't able to let... I think it wasn't
Oh
able
no,
to
big collision, big collision. Safety car. You've got both Ferraris off. You've got the Red Bull of... Oh, actually, this might be a red flag, actually.
Because everyone's going. Hang on, let me check for you.
Yeah, this is a red flag. Yeah. Safety car. Yeah,
such a fun time. Everyone blow each other up.
Yeah, red flag. So, I have a feeling... Yeah,
They ask, can we make Scotty host?
You'd rather not be host because you don't want spectator to host.
Fair enough, in case it goes...
Yeah, so you really don't want that. So, lobby was fucked, multiple drivers unable to take control of their cars. So, Well,
Toddy, why? Toddy is not having the best time. Battle Cat with a 10-second time penalty. Absolutely doesn't know what he's doing. Kill, kill, kill. Oh, he tried to take out the Alpine, and the Alpine just stopped. Romsey absolutely destroyed him. This is amazing. Toddy has retired. Oh, wait, I can just leave the session. I'm not even in the session. I'm bloody watching from stream.
that's right.
Oh.
We'll go back to this one for the second time tonight.
Well,
Yeah.
looks like endless. Surely,
I'm
if
assuming
I go...
we're doing a complete lobby reset, but clearly this was, yeah. Unfortunately, not the greatest greatest time at the moment. So again, apologies. Hopefully we can get this sorted because it would be nice.
Does anybody like some popcorn?
Yeah, that'd be nice. What we'll do actually. We spoke about Tier 3 last night. Mozzie, you called that race. We'll have a look at our previous race results from last night, and it was Cash Mash picking up the Enduro W, 48 points going to Ferrari ahead of Lucas and Mercy finding themselves onto the podium. Bang, Banglabai. I think he gave... Oh, Mercy got driver of the day, but he did well in the Alpine up 2 spots, P4. Battlegill, Cali, Dutch Verstappen, Quiet Cake, RK Gaming, and Ward Eater rounded out your top 10. You had 4 drivers who DNF'd, and you had Bozzy who was disqualified. Not sure why he was disqualified. Not sure. So, unfortunately, no points for Bozzy. But yeah, Cash Mash, 4 seconds clear of the field. And as you said, that strat, he did 22 laps on the mediums, 44 laps on the hard compounder tyres. So that's sort of your probably your strat without safety cars this afternoon. As we'll see, yeah, as I said, we're just trying to find a lobby host.
Battle Cat.
Battle Cat is the new host. So I'll get out of this. I'll actually restart my game again for the second time. Actually, no, I'll risk it.
I hope everyone is enjoying this stream. It's an absolute lovely stream.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad if we got a couple of red flags, just not on Enduro night, because this stream's going to go for bloody 3 hours at this rate. And we've
yes, the invite works. I'm in. Let's go.
Yeah, obviously,
Battle Cat saved me.
Yeah, so Ghost Rider was the host. Battle Cat now going to be the lobby
okay,
host.
Let's invite everybody. I have everyone added. This is amazing.
So you do that. Yeah, so we're not too far away. Hopefully from the restart, obviously, we've got to get the grid. Fortunately, with the way my game sort of crashed at the time, I don't have quality results that I can give him, unfortunately, but he'll have that sorted, hopefully.
I think Mr. Jacko would have had them. He streams his races.
Yeah, Jacko would definitely have him, but I think Battle Cat will be right. He'll be able to work it out, so... So again, bit of a delay, unfortunately, with the delays, red flag, unfortunately. So we will be in this position for hopefully not too long. Hopefully get everyone in very quickly. Battle Cat sets the grid, and then we should be back underway. Cloudy conditions were for the race. No chance of rain. Had a couple of little moments, so hopefully start looked relatively clean when we joined back, so obviously everyone was pretty much single file. Don't think there was anyone that lost massive amount of positions.
Spectate.
So at least you're in, thankfully, so you don't have to watch off the stream.
It's not letting me spectate. Oh my god, I've clicked this button about 17 times.
Maybe just click it once more and then...
There we go.
There we go. just waiting for a few more drivers to get in, and then the grid set. So, obviously, first 4 laps we saw, Romsey, Jacko, they were sort of leading out front. Again, everyone was sort of in a DRS train, so saw a little bit of side-by-side battling, but not too much. So it's going to be like that. You'll start seeing a bit of moves potentially around the pit stops. But again, it is not impossible to get a safety car around here. Obviously, pit lane, you've got to be super careful coming in. You can easily lose a tyre just hitting that pit wall on the inside. And then obviously 10 seconds for speeding could ruin your race as well. So just have to be a little bit careful there.
Just adding all the people that do not have me added as a friend, that way if they leave the session I can drop them an invite.
Well, we have... Well, we've got Tier 2 tonight. We've got Tier 1 tomorrow afternoon. Hopefully we don't have as many issues. I might be the lobby host, so I might have a fun afternoon tomorrow. But hopefully it's
so fun.
Yeah, hopefully it is. Hopefully it's not too bad. Oops, that's the wrong one. As we'll quickly have a look. I've got some footage from Drop Bear. So while we're sort of hanging around, and obviously that might have affected a few of the drivers, sort of their final laps. As I said, not sure if it was going to be ghosted or not, but yeah, clearly a few drivers having a couple of issues. And Sheldon obviously not being able to take control. Domwall, obviously, we know had that issue as well. So he was having issues as well. It's not even let me load the video. That's sort of how well today's going. So again, apologies. We're trying to get everybody in as fast as possible. So we're just sort of waffling on a little bit. We'll have a look at our calendar first and foremost. Vegas, we had last week, Catalonia, Bahrain and Suzuka Sprint will round off our last couple of weeks before the Australian GP break. So hopefully everyone who does attend that obviously enjoys themselves. Unfortunately, I will not be there this year. So I'd like to get down there hopefully next year, but fortunately I won't be down there. No, should be a good one. Very interesting, the real life F1. Definitely multiple contenders. Obviously McLaren's hopefully the front runner. Hopefully Piastri's right up there. You can't obviously count out Red Bull, Ferrari with Lewis Hamilton joining their ranks alongside Leclerc. They'll be a competitive duo. Mercedes, very interesting to see how they've sort of developed their car in the off season. Obviously they were very, very strong the second half of the season at some particular tracks. Obviously Antonelli in that Mercedes seat, George Russell sort of taking on the team leader role there now. So interesting to see how they go. And then obviously a couple of the midfield teams, if they can sort of push their way a little bit closer towards the front. Mazda, obviously we had the livery reveals in the F175 event earlier on this week. I think there is a clear favourite of which livery was the best, but Mazda, did you catch that live, and what liveries did you actually find exciting?
I didn't even know it happened.
Oh, so that's a good start, but I'm assuming you've sort of read about it after the fact.
Yeah, I've watched on the I'll bring up the event on highlights. Of course they give you the highlights. Amazing. But yeah, I think it's the V-carb livery, the white one. That one is absolutely stunning.
Yeah, I actually really love the V
Hold
carb.
on. Oh shit! The kick Sauber livery. The the fade from green to black is amazing. And then the back tires are black.
That
The
wasn't
Williams one.
It wasn't too bad. I wasn't. I don't know with Sauber. That was sort of. I needed a little bit more green at the back, but yeah, there was definitely
I
some.
like how they changed the tires from both green to one's green and one's black. So you also got Carlos Sainz and Alex Albon in the Willies.
Well, what do you
And
think?
then,
I was going to ask, what do you think of the Ferrari?
I'm looking at the V carb at the moment. That car looks stunning. In all the white, Hugo Boss Visa, absolutely stunning. With the racing balls running at the back, that's amazing. I'm probably the only one who forgot this even existed. Then they got the Haas. I need a side profile. Give me the side. Oh, that looks cool. I like that. Black Haas, not red. Red outlines. Black secondary, white prime. Looks very nice.
Well, there's
the Alpine.
Yeah, there's 6 of the cars on screen. Not the complete design, but obviously you can see the RB top left, obviously completely white. Obviously you got the smaller RB, the blue at the back. Ferrari.
You know what? The Alpine looks the best. I think out of all of those, the Alpine and the Ferrari look the best.
I think I'm glad Alpine's actually got some colour.
It's not just carbon fibre.
I do like the blue and obviously the blue and the pink. I think they sort of half and half on it, because I think they could have maybe done the livery different. I'm not the biggest fan of sort of the livery design, but they went slightly different potentially. McLaren and Red Bull, we knew that they didn't really change much, which I'm not too surprised. Obviously the Ferrari you can see.
Have to ask,
yep.
Who do you think out of the new drivers is going to bin it first? So you got Hadjar, you've got Doohan, you've got Antonelli, you've got Gabriel for the kick Sauber, and you've got Ocon in the Haas. Who do you think out of those 5 are going to bin it first?
It depends. If that Mercedes has turned back into a bit of a handful, potentially Antonelli first. I'm sort of in agreement with a few of the other more knowledgeable people that I think Behrman's probably going to have a really good rookie season, a full-time rookie season. We'll just sort of have to wait. We have to wait and see in terms of.
Oh shit, that's Lawson.
Sort of where the cars. Yeah, you've got Lawson, but I think he's sort of done enough that I don't know if you can really count him as a rookie per se. I think
he's already had like half a season or even a full one.
Well, he's had 2 half seasons, so he's probably had nearly close to at least 15, 16 races. So a full season rookie maybe, but I think he's had enough experience. But obviously in that Red Bull, he's got a hell of a challenge. Obviously, I think everyone knows the goal isn't to beat Verstappen, but just be close enough that they can sort of be in contention with the constructors and sort of help Max if it is a very close title fight, because the McLarens are going to be especially quick, Ferrari as well. So it's just going to be which team is more consistent and which team throws the least points down the drain. We know how sort of McLaren definitely cost themselves some points throughout a few rounds last season, so they just need to be very careful with that.
So we're just missing both Red Bulls and the other Haas of Lamb.
Yeah, well.
So we just got Oscar Piastri to join. Golden Sniper is in as well.
Yeah, so that's why we sort of changed the conversation to real life F1, because we're still waiting for this lobby to be restarted. Because we need all the drivers in first before Battlecat can change the grid. Otherwise, it will stuff the grid, and then we're going to have to stuff around with another red flag. So we're sort of just waffling at the moment. So again, apologies for the delay, because Well, I hope that we're out of here sort of quick because we're getting towards 6 o'clock Australian Eastern Daylight Time. So this race is probably going to take about an hour and a half. Looking at the race time for Tier 3 last night, you can see the results on screen. Yeah, hour 26. So if we get started in the next 5 minutes, we'll be done just after 7 o'clock. So yeah, hope.
How long did last time's race take?
1 hour 26. And obviously, yeah, so it's not exactly the quick. Like if you get safety car 3, it is, the laps can sort of go by quickly. Obviously, it's only a minute, sort of a minute 16, minute 17, maybe a minute 18, like heavy fuel.
All green flags.
Oh, so 19. Hopefully the grid's been sorted. So I think Broseph would be in conversation with the Ferrari boys. So just sort of just making sure that all the settings are correct. So Battlecat will have that. So thankfully we can go back to green flag racing. Speaking of the man, the myth, the legend, Broseph.
Hey boys, just remind the boys, setups.
Yeah, setups. You do not want to do, I don't want to do one lap without a setup around here. So 66 laps will be absolute nightmare.
66 laps without a setup. You may as well just jump on a different game.
Yeah, and I think the
All right, I'll leave you to it, boys.
yeah, too
Good
easy.
luck for your team.
Thanks, mate. Have a good call.
Cheers. So back into the session now. So again, setups. Someone might play cheeky buggers and quickly pick a setup and then press the A button or the X button. So that could throw a few pigeons out.
That would be hilarious.
That will piss a couple of people off, but it could be a strategy. Obviously, gentleman's agreement is if there's a red flag, just to give them a little bit of time, but it's a gentleman's rule for a reason, that it's not a proper technical rule. So
I say if you haven't saved your setup, you should have 5 seconds. If you haven't saved your setup, you get 35 seconds. So you get the 5 seconds they give you, and then the extra 30 that the game gives you.
well, we know where Cuds' thinking is, and I'm sort of in a little bit of agreement with you, because I can definitely I've been very tempted to do that a couple of times. So we're just waiting for
Quote of the year from the cool F1 dude. If in doubt, flat out.
So we finally get round 3 underway. Tier 2, the Spanish Enduro. We're underway. Yellow flag at the back, but thankfully we're still going. Romsey and Draco lead us as Jacob Sheldon's left the session as we go side by side with Romsey and Draco. Jacko and Echo side by side with nearly 3 wide at the back. As we make our way down into turn number 4, do we see side-by-side action? We do, with the McLaren down the inside of the Haas. Does he pinch the Aston Martin as well? Oscar Piastri go already moving up a couple of positions. The Aston Marvelin trying to get the position back. As I'll quickly get everybody's thing up. So again, everybody's gone the medium tyres. Ghost Rider.
Jacob and Domwar.
Yeah, so a few issues at the back. And that... Yeah, that'd be Shelton's AI car.
Yeah, and Domwar is fine. So, unlucky Domwar, he now has both wings gone.
Oh, and Ghost
Rider has also gone off.
Yeah, he's had the issue there as Prosperic Bear gets past Battlecat. Battlecat has the inside line, will get the position back. Junkyard, the Ferrari teammate of Battlecat, right there as well to try and capitalise. But Battlecat gets P12 on the medium compounded tyres. Lamb on the softs, just like he did in the first session. Before the red flag, he was on softs and he was sort of getting away as Echo and Romsey side by side. It's got to be close. Is there slight contact? No, they still managed to get away with it.
Robin is racing.
It is, and Echo gets up into the top 2, so it's RB 1 and 2. Checker would be very happy with that, but Romsey's going to try and stick a nose down the inside. He's got the nose, but he's on the wrong side for turn number 5. You can try and hang it out. Oh, as that's a little bit deep from the RB, but still holds on.
Closed
Eh.
off the inside.
Yeah, as we see, a little bit of contact between the Sauber and the Wombs. So Jacko and Hato having contact. Oscar right in the perfect spot if there's any collision there, but Draco
Oh,
1.3 seconds ahead of
might
his
go for a
teammate.
move. Around the outside. Getting pushed out wide by Hato. The top 9 are on the mediums. There is a car round that is Golden Sniper.
Yeah, so
We
he's
have
potential.
Jacob, well, AI on the softs, Golden Sniper on the softs, Junkyard and Drop Bear on the softs, and Lamb on the softs. Everyone else on the mediums except for Don Moore, who's on the hards.
Yeah, and he made a pit stop, so he clearly got front wing damage off the opening lap collision with Sheldon's AI car. As Oscar sending a late lunge down on Hato. Hato has to take to the runoff, nearly runs into the side of the McLaren, thankfully avoiding contact. Hato may not be too happy with that, with Oscar's lunge down the inside. We sort of caught it late, so not sure if there was the appropriate overlap or not, but Oscar has been aggressive on this opening couple of laps, and you got the Wombs trying to stick the nose back down the inside of the McLaren. Not happening. So just got to be a little bit careful. You don't want to lose the DRS train in front, because you can easily just lose time. It's a long start finish straight, and it's a somewhat long turn 9 and 10, as that's super wide. Who was that? I think that was the Aston Martin, or was the Ferrari goes super wide?
No, that's a Ferrari. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, Ferrari Junkyard. So thankfully avoiding any collision or not having a spin.
If you are checkered flag right now, Limitless Draco is 1.1 seconds ahead of his teammate. Do you let him back into the tow, or do you just try and get as far away as possible just to create that gap so that Echo holds them off?
Well,
as I say that, here comes Romsey flying through and getting back into the DRS of Limitless Draco. Echo going very wide for turn 2, compromising his exit speed, but he doesn't have to worry that much, as Hato, Piastrico and Elmer Jacko are not close enough to do much about it.
And that's the other thing that sort of hurt there, that you were thinking that the RBs maybe keep the tow, but not only has Romsey gotten past, but Romsey's actually gotten back within a second, so he'll actually have DRS on Draco. And Draco had a little moment through the chicane there. A bit of a slide, but didn't actually lose too much time out of it. He's actually even gained time as we make our way. As you can see, the cars flying around turn number 9, thankfully all staying within track limits. So lap 4 of 66, a long, long way to go, but thankfully we do not have the connection issues that we had last time. I don't know if you've
the goat.
Yeah, I don't know if you've sent Sheldon an invite. He did ask in the Discord. Again, not sure if you've sent him one or not, as Toddy, and he's joined. Romsey picks the fastest lap. So
here
we
comes
see
Romsey.
So
inside.
Yeah, multiple guys going side by side. So Romsey takes the race lead. Battles happening aplenty. So Lamb and Toddy. So Lamb got back past ahead of Toddy just with the extra grip off the soft tyres. Everybody from P1 down to P13 still within DRS.
Cool F1 dude down the inside of Toddy. Just forcing his way in, making sure he gets that room. Does not go for the dive bomb. But he does have, I think he's got marbles on his tyres, so he did not get the exit he would have wanted on the inside. Of course, if you know what marbles are, they are just the outside rubber on some corners. Just removes most of your grip and makes it hard to get any sort of tyre wear at all. Lamb showing his pace, purple middle sector. Right behind Marv. He'd want to get past as soon as possible to catch up to Hato. With the gap, Hato is actually behind Oscar Piastrico and will try to go for a move, but Oscar Piastrico has much better slipstream. XD Lamb going with a 15.969, and he is not close enough to go for a move on Marv.
As we saw the battle for the lead, unfortunately the RB Echo got got sort of stuck between his teammate and Romsey. You nearly thought it was going to be a double overtake, as the McLaren again, he likes the inside line at turn 4. He's going to have the outside line for turn 5. Himself and Jacko. Oh, a little bit of rubbing was there mid-corner. But Jacko's still going to be able to hold on to that spot. So Oscar really looking for a hurry on Hato as well. Oh, is Marvelin, I think, running slightly wide. Lamb is looking really good on these soft compounded tyres at the moment. But again, obviously, he's going to have to stop earlier than the guys around him. Maybe hoping for a cheeky early safety car.
I will say for the tyres like the softs, you go about 15 to 20 laps. Mediums is about 30 to 36, and the hards are about 100.
In saying that, he's hurrying the Aston Martin through turns 13. Oh, we got a little bit onto the grass in turn 14. Got to be careful of that as we start lap 7.
Behind.
He will stay behind.
Battle Cat on the back of Cool F1 dude. Going for the move. Battle Cat into the top 10. That is Battle Cat pass. Just Brad Jobber is just sitting on the back with his keyboard. You could just see the movements he's doing. It's little taps like that. He is absolutely trying his hardest.
Cool dude trying to get back down the inside at turn 11. Turn 4. He puts Battle Cat back down into P11. So these guys battling. Battle Cat sort of knows he doesn't want to lose DRS from Toddy, and cool F1 dude is about to do that. Or is you have another little wide moment from either Marvelin or Hato. Hato did move up, or is in the top 6 at the moment. This field looks like it's getting a little bit tighter, so I don't know if these guys are just sort of slowing the pace down.
Oh, there's Toddy's got wing damage now.
Oh.
They got it off the back of Lamb, who's now trying to go for a move on the outside.
That's ballsy.
Massive move.
Does he keep it off? He did too. The soft tyres giving him the extra grip around the outside. Lovely work. Battle, yes.
Broken front wing.
Thought it was Battle Cat first, but Romsey's going to retake the lead. Draco's going to drop down from P1 down to P4. Izzy Jacko down the inside. He's going to be a little bit compromised through 2 and 3. Riding on board with the RB. Does he burn to try and get his way back past? Toddy has retired. Oh, that's unfortunate.
He didn't need to do that because he would have. I think it's top 20 get points.
It is in the Enduro point system. Oh, was that a little bit more front wing? Did I just see? Maybe I'm imagining things. I thought I saw a little bit of front wing in the midfield.
Toddy had to go. I think he wasn't able to stay on much longer.
Well, considering this was an Enduro, he wouldn't have actually had time to finish if we didn't have any red flags anyway. He wouldn't have been able to make it to the end. So,
but he would have made it further, and maybe parents or whoever would let him stay on a little more.
Maybe he's in WA, so I think it's just about hit 3 o'clock local time over there. As we got the yellow flag out for Toddy's AI car, that should hopefully be gone by the time these guys get around. Yeah. It is now off track, so it'll just be a yellow flag potentially to stop overtaking. Yeah, Echo gets that job done up into P1, Rumsey P2. So it was RB 1 and 2 a couple of laps ago. It's now 1 and 4, but again, long way to go in this race. And you can see
if F1 dude catches up, there'll be a train up to 12. But drop it somehow, I don't know how, but he's staying with that keyboard. I love watching his movements. It's just he's just tap, making sure he doesn't turn so much.
No,
absolutely amazing watching that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it at all. Lamb's been the one that's been making moves, but he's the first driver to pick up the 3-second penalty. No, Golden Sniper. Sorry, he picked that up earlier, but still lap 9 early. Oh, as he nearly runs into the back of the wombs. But again,
actually, Hato has wing damage as well.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, front right.
It gives me a better camera. I'm loving the aerial shot, but I can't see his end plate.
If you don't do that, just look behind on Oscar Piastrigo. You can see the end plate.
That's true too, but I think looking through 13 and 14, you can see he just didn't quite have the pace as we see the move further down.
Straight line speed though. Here comes Lamb down the inside, gets squished by Hato. Hato with his wing damage will not be doing the best through these corners. Lamb is not having the best time either. gets on the grass, and a move from Marv is happening. Will he get the move done, is the question. Marv just not being able to get there just in time. Jacko going for a move on Draco through turn 5, through turn 6 of the kink. He does get it done, but he does take a worse line and loses about a 10 towards Echo and Romsey. Look at this Draco, about 180 tenths away. Is about to, yeah, he was closing in. Pull left one dude is there. Push back, drop bear is not having the best time on his keyboard. Someone should get this man a controller or even a wheel. Somehow correcting spins on a keyboard. I don't know how he's doing that.
Hados had to abandon that medium set. The wing damage is causing him too many issues, so he's in the pit lane. So he'll go hards for as long as possible. Hope for a safety car shortly, or maybe in a few laps time. But yeah, that's unfortunate for him, as you got Jacko gets fed out wide. So Oscar again trying the inside line at 4, not getting the job done. He's going to try at 5
again.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to make that. Yeah, he hasn't been able to make that turn 5. Yeah, but Jacko's got the inside at turn 6 though. That's the thing. You get the inside line at 4, but you're on the outside for the next 2 corners. So it just makes it tricky to actually pull off the move, unless the car sort of has a moment at the end, as Donmore thankfully joined.
That was not off me. He was not on my friends list to act.
So this is broken the field up a little bit with Hato coming in as Cool Dude and Cockroach down to P10. Cool Dude up to P9. Battlecat's in the top 8 now, and still attaching himself to the train now. As we'll have a look at the position changes when we're a little bit quieter, as we do see Romsey retake the race lead. That's an easy move. No point fighting to the death at lap 12 of 66, as Sheldon has left the session as well, unfortunately. As we got Cockroach and Cool Dude side by side at 2 and now 3. Cockroach gets back past the Haas. Oh, I say that. Does the Haas send a cheeky move down the inside? It's going to. Cockroach opens the door.
He's going. Cockroach all the way out wide, loses the position. Unlucky for the Aston Martin. If I do look at position changes, Lamb was on 7 positions gained and Hato's on 10 lost. So biggest loser is Hato and the biggest gainer is Lamb on those soft tyres. He pits in about 9 laps if he wants to stretch it, which he can actually go onto the hards if he goes soft hard. He will get his stop done, and his tyres will be about 50% by the end of the race. If you'd learned from what's his name, Dunno, his tyres were 58 laps old, but he only had 53% wear. Echo going for the move on Romsey. These 3 are battling, but it's not so bad that it gets rid of any, effect, as you'd say. Bold Sniper coming into the pits as well, very slowly. Hato will be coming to the line now. Just seeing him fly past. If you're Hato and you see Drop Bear ahead of you, what are you thinking right now? Because he was behind you, but then because of the wind damage, he got sent behind. There is a battle between Cool Dude and Cockroach, and a battle. Oscar Piastrico is still going for that move. He wants it badly.
He's been stuck behind that Sauber for it feels like the last 10 laps, and he's been trying to find a way through. Jacko's putting his car just in the right positions, but I can tell you he's getting a little bit frustrated, because I think Oscar wants to move himself a little bit more towards the front, but again, he's not in a bad position because he's going to be stuck in a DRS train either way, because we've seen none of these leaders being able to sort of, yeah.
Draco got very close.
So he gained the position. Oh, that got very close. Jacko won't be happy with that. A little bit of movement from the second RB. Jacko nearly forcing himself completely off track. This could be Oscar's chance to get the move done. Jacko covers. So it's this time, it's going to...
going around the outside this time. He wants that inside. He does not get it.
No,
Jacko seems to love that outside a lot more, which he gets more grip from, but Oscar loves the outside for turn 5 and 6.
Yeah, he just needed to get his nose closer up. Then he'll have the inside for 5, 6, and then obviously the chicane at 7. So he just hasn't been able to do that as Cockroach and Cool Dude swapping positions at 7. So these guys having a nice little battle, but they've now completely dropped off the DRS battle. Or as you're going to see the Haas go down the inside. Obviously, you can do 2 separate lines here. Cockroach chooses a wider line, and that just gives him the extra traction, and he'll claim that position back. I say that, but it's going to be the Haas. Cool Dude, has to drop back in, but we'll see that switch. You'd imagine at turn number 1. Leaders don't switch this time, so no one quite close enough. Battle.
Staying ahead. He might have more straight line speed, so he might have lower wings.
Yeah, as you see Cool Dude now repass the Aston Martin Cockroach P9 and P10, but again, the battling these guys are doing, they've just dropped off massively. They've lost another second to the top 8. Battle Cat hanging in there nicely, P8. He knows if there's any carnage. Oh, we got close to the grass on the left-hand side. Got to be a little bit careful of that, Cat. Otherwise, you'll end your race early or be spit out down the back. So...
There versus Hado at the back. Down the race, just in his own world, 9 seconds ahead, but 3 seconds behind. When do you think Lamb's going to box? 14 lap old softs. In a battle currently with Battle Cat and at the top 6.
Honestly, if you can hit, I reckon as soon as he loses DRS, then come in. As long as he can hold that DRS, I reckon he should just try and extend as long as possible, because that will give him a big hand, sort of able to sort of stretch his next stint. So as long as he doesn't drop DRS, I reckon stay out as long as possible. Obviously, when you start getting to puncher territory, then maybe think about coming in, as Draco takes the lead from Bromsey lap 16 to 66. So we're getting close to a third way through this race. But yeah, if I was Lamb, I'd just stay out. He's holding all right. As Sniper picked up a 3-second time penalty, but again, every position scores points today, so I want to try and go the distance. As I said, we might see a few more retirements yet. It's a long race. It's an hour and a half of racing, remember. So Lamb in P7, as we said earlier, biggest mover up 7, I believe. Yes, he is up 7. You can see the pit stops there from everybody. Hader is the lead pit stop runner. But obviously,
Draco lagged back into Romsey and hit his front nose, but it didn't give him damage, because if you hit a slight bit of the nose, like the front tip, you don't get damage from it. Somehow. Crazy how it works like that.
Yeah. Yes,
but,
sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, it's 100% for this round only. So, yeah, so...
We actually have 2. We have this one, and the next one will be Imola. The third last round of the season, so another chance to score massive points for your team.
Yeah.
You also have 3 sprint races. I believe they are Suzuka. I can actually check. Yeah, it is a 100% for all tiers. There are 2 enduros. There is also, if I can find the calendar. Yes, I found the calendar. Suzuka is a sprint, Portimao is a sprint, and Brazil is a sprint. So, Scotty, you were talking about how you did well in a sprint for...
Oh, yellow flag, sorry to butt in. And that's the Cool Dude around in the gravel at 4. So, whether... No, he's nowhere close to the wall. He'll let the Merc go of down the race. So he'll try and clean those tyres off.
I love this view. So, I was on a view with the... behind the barriers, looking at a red safety vehicle that picks up the cars. I was looking at that, not the cars. So the game is obviously foreseeing something. Jacob Forrest is back in. You would hope. Yes, he is.
Oh, it's just I feel bad for Sheldon. He's just having a shocking race at the moment, just with connection issues. I was sort of hoping with Battlecat hosting, he might have been a little bit better, but he's just having issues. Unfortunately, Cool Dude is in. I said, oh, as he locks it up. Oh, that was very close to speeding in pit lane. Surely.
Yeah,
no, that's pit lane. That's pit lane. That's pit lane. Because
God damn it!
no, because I
Why
was
are
watching.
you guys retiring?
I watched him come in. I don't even know if he actually even had damage. I couldn't quite catch that before he retired.
I still don't understand why you need to retire. Even if you're Dommore's staying down, he's about to get lapped. Like, Dommore's staying out, why aren't you?
Yeah, but remember
Here comes
Dommore's...
Jacob Forrest into the pit lane. He's boxing off of those tyres.
Yeah, that's probably about right, 16 laps. Lamb still holding on to P7 as well on those softs.
I believe Lamb might come in lap 20, like I said, because he is holding on. But he may come in as a surprise around lap 18 or 19.
Well, that was wide from the Battlecat. Yeah, wide from Battlecat, so that's definitely a warning surely for him. As you've got Draco and Rumsey, or as the other RB sends the move down the inside. He's got to give room for the Alpine. Rumsey still trying to stick his nose up there as we switch to the turn 3 right-hander. Hopefully.
On the racing line too.
Everybody thankfully avoids him. Thankfully, worst.
That car will be. Oh no, it's gone.
Worst parking spot ever. Thankfully, all the top 8 avoided it and thankfully disappeared for the guys behind. So Rumsey managing to hold on.
God.
Yeah, Rumsey managing to hold on to P2. That could have been a great chance for Draco to pull away if those two were battling side by side for a few more corners.
You know what would have been a very evil play is if someone was going around you outside and you just held them to that car so they'd hit it. That would be very evil.
Well, I think Jacob's back in because he's picked up a 3-second time penalty, which usually means that he's got control. If he can hang, what's he on? He's on brand new hard compounded tires. If he can just hang with the leaders, get those hard.
With the leaders, you know where he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Oscar Piastri goes in before a soft runner. Whoa.
I think this is smart. He wants the undercut. Hato was looking quick. Problem is with the wing damage, he's sort of stuck.
I see Jacob. He lagged behind the train, so he is having lag issues. I don't know if that's the Battlecats or him. Yeah, he's gone again.
Well, there's your answer. As
I'll ask him if he wants another one.
Yeah, Rumsey. As we got Jacko and Marvelin, and what Oscar couldn't do, Marvelin is attempting to do down the inside at turn 5. Jacko, he'll have a little bit better traction, but can't get it done.
God, he gets it.
So Marvelin gets the job done. Oscar's been stuck there for about 15 laps, couldn't get the job done. As soon as he boxed in and another car comes up to Jacko's rear, able to get the move done. So just wondering if Jacko's mediums are starting to struggle. Wondering if all these guys' mediums are starting to struggle. Looking at the tyre wear, no one's above 40%, so nowhere near punchy territory. Oscar has gone onto the hards, and he has come out in a bit of clean air. So he will catch Ghost Rider very quickly. But if he can use this clean air, none of the top guys come into the box. So they're going to go around one more time. Rumsey's...
does not want another invite, so his AI will actually, should I just send him an invite so he can retire in the pits? Or do you just
if he can get in and retire from the pits, that will remove the driving chicane. So Sheldon, if you are listening, if you can, please do that. If you don't want to join back, if you can at least get into the pit lane if you can and just retire, that will help. Just to avoid any unnecessary collisions, just in case, because we know how an AI car I think it's only like on 80 AI could easily disrupt, especially this battle up the front, which we obviously don't want. We want this fight going all the way to the end. So if you can.
For you, AI. Wait, is the AI? Oh, AI. I'm trying to find this bloody thing.
Yellow flag. That's just.
I'm clearly dumb.
That's right. Don Moore just letting all the lead drivers through, so he'll drop back. He'll try and stick within. I say he's trying to stick within Darius, but I think just sort of his pace, and he's on 8 and 10 lap old hards. He's going to struggle to probably stick with them.
Forrest has been invited.
Oh,
It won't be this lap. Battle Cat coming in though.
yeah, and even
Excuse me, Lamb, are you okay? Does it say soft for us and he's like on the mediums or something?
as I said, as long as he can stick with the train ahead, just keep going, keep staying out. He's gonna have trouble
I think it will be this lap.
Yeah,
I think it might be this lap.
Oh, the collision.
Cars are going. There's a car off the track. Who collided? That is Draco. Has the wing damage.
Yeah, same as Romsey. Romsey's got wing damage as well, so you'd imagine it was them side by side. Sorry that we, unfortunately, we were looking at Lamb and collision between the top guys. So we're going to see pit stop.
Going to spoil something.
Well, we're going to see pit stops this lap regardless because multiple drivers have to fix their front wing. So a couple of people will be steady.
How many drivers got wing?
So
does Echo have wing?
Jacko
No,
doesn't.
Does Echo has wing damage. Jacko doesn't. Romsey has it. Draco has it.
The worst thing
does not have it.
Yeah, the worst thing is both RBs have wing damage. Problem is they both can't double stack. Or there's got to be contact, and that's the RB around.
Oh, Lamb! Come on, Lamb.
Marvelin obviously trying to go down the inside. There's contact, mate. A little bit of a lockup, I believe. We got the aerial shot of that. So, unfortunately,
they can both box at the same time. Romsey coming in as well.
He's got wing damage as well. So Jacko's going to stay out. Marvelin's going to stay out as well.
Draco coming in at the same time.
Well, Lamb's got nothing to lose because he'll jump all these guys with wing damage now.
Oh, yes.
This is going to be a free pit stop. The question is, Oscar coming around the final corner now. Remember,
really
Oscar and Battle Cat. Yeah, remember, Oscar and Battle Cat came in at a couple of laps earlier. So it's going to be where Oscar feeds out, and he's going to jump them all.
Okay. I swear to God, I thought Lamb was having a seizure there because his car just didn't move, but he was lagged. Battle Cat coming out ahead of Lamb. And Lamb coming out ahead of Hado. Hado and Drop Bear ahead. Dan the Racer has caught up to his teammate. But he's on 22 lap old mediums compared to 10 lap old mediums.
So that was a
Piastri go into P3. And
Yep.
the pit lane's about 20 seconds, so he will get first from this, but he will have worse tyres. Ghost Rider in P4. So a couple of these guys are having terrible luck, but a couple of them are getting away with it.
So
Very unlucky for Draco, 14th. Romsey and Echo, 10th and 11th. They have to get past Dan and Drop Bear, who, if they hold them up, Drop Bear, they'll have to get to Hado first, who's going past Lamb. Lamb with his penalty, blocking perfectly. But he's lost out to Battle Cat, who's 1 lap fresher tyres, and Marv has come into the pits, and he's put on the hards already. So he will come out around about where, Jacob Forrest in the pits, retires. Out comes Marv. Battle Cat alongside gets past him, so Battle Cat makes it P4 at the moment. So that Ferrari is doing wonders for him at the moment. Limitless Draco not having the best time. He has to get past Cockroach, who's also actually boxed before him. So Cockroach is currently ahead of Draco on track for position.
So Oscar making that pit stop earlier, 3-4 laps earlier, has actually helped him because he stayed out of the carnage because they were all slow on that last lap before they boxed, and that definitely helped Oscar. It obviously helped Battle Cat as well. He's up into P4, so he's actually now leading a train. Eco down in P9, Draco down in P14. But again, we got quick guys coming through the field. Problem is they've lost a lot of time as Battle Cat trying to hold on. You've got the Williams of Hado. He's the one out of sync a little bit. 13 lap old tyres compared to the new hard runners. So
Jacko at the moment staying out.
So he's going to try and get a little bit longer as Ghost Rider's in. Does manage to get the speed down as you got Marvelin and Battle Cat swapping positions.
Right on board with Draco and see if Ghost Rider comes out ahead or behind.
Always going to go 3 wide into turn number 1. Do they sort themselves out? They do. Hado down the inside of the Haas, but it'll be on the wrong side for turn 3. So Lamb up into P4. Lamb goes wide though, nearly all 4 wheels off the track. So that allows Hado back in side by side through turn number 4. As we can see, a little bit of a wobble from both drivers, but it's going to be the Haas. Oh, nearly contact again as Lamb tried to take as much of the racing line as he could. He goes a little bit deep, but unfortunately Phil Hado couldn't make his way through. Lamb just trying to get those hards in the tire temp range. But he's got to be careful to not... Actually, he has lost DRS from Marvelant behind. This helps the Aston Martin. But the Haas might be in a little bit of trouble. Needs to really juice into this last sector to try and get back DRS. Meanwhile, we got Eco up into top 7. So he's passed a couple of cars. Romsey has to get past Drop Bear to catch back up to the RB. Jacko still staying out, so he's going long on this set of medium compounder tyres. As we haven't seen a fastest lap for a little while, so no, until now, 15.8 for the RB as we nearly go 3 wide. Battlecat nearly off the track. Battlecat gets the job done on Lamb, up inside the top 5 now. Hato got got the Haas as well, so Lamb losing 2 positions there. Does Lamb stick a nose up the inside? No, he doesn't. He's going to sit back behind. So, Jacko. Oh, Jacko picks up a warning at turn 9. Just running that little bit wide on the exit. That's your 3-second penalty. That's just the grip that's not in those medium tyres anymore. And is losing about a second a lap compared to Oscar. So, oh, sorry, not Oscar. Marvelant, 16 flat. Jacko was a 17.5 that last lap. Yellow flag, and that's Golden Sniper in the pit lane, retiring. So we're down to 15 drivers. We've lost 4. Our race leader comes in. So Oscar Piastrigo making that call to make the 3-lap undercut on the train of 7 that he was in. He will take the race lead, lap 27 to 66. We're not even half race distance yet, as Hato sets the fastest lap with a bit of DRS helpage, 15.8. And just got to be careful of that Red Bull AI car coming out. Thankfully, they all avoid it. Junkyard picks up a 3-second time penalty, as Junkyard's going to sit right on the apex. Always the cars thankfully avoid the AI car. Thankfully, no one picks up any wing damage from it, so they all get through. So just close to half race distance. Oscar Piastrigo's got a healthy 4.5 second lead over Marvelant. So as I think it's going to be Marvelant and the Hato battle that we're sort of watching here at the moment. Hato has actually scraped back into the DRS of Marvelant. Now it's going to be just Hato's job. If he can just sort of stick there. Hato's done medium, so he has to switch to another tyre. He's going to have to take those mediums a long way if he wants to chuck a set of softs on. So I'd imagine it'd be a hard compound going on for Hato. You wouldn't want to go onto that 10-lap old medium again. Jacko about 3 seconds behind, but he's actually got Eco right on his ass. And as they cross the start-finish line, it's going to be Eco that moves up into the top 6. Jacko, if he can just warm his tyres up, just follow the RB, work together to get yourselves back up to the top before the pit stops. Romsey's only 1.2 behind. If he can get back inside DRS, he'll be in this train hunting down the top 5, as we've got Hato and Battlecat. So Battlecat's made the move down the start finish straight. He's taken P3, so he'll be the next one within Marvelant's DRS. Oscar managed that 4.4 second gap, hasn't lost any time, hasn't gained any time, so he's just sitting comfortably at the moment. We'll just have to watch his tyre wear. Hato, again, just the one out of sorts. As how is Eco, Jacko, P6, P7. Draco is the one that lost it. Draco down in P13. Sort of in the middle of nowhere, unfortunately. He just couldn't stay out just due to the wing damage at turn 1. And then obviously getting hit from Marvelant at turn 10, so sort of stuck there as Battlecat sets the fastest lap of the race on the hard compounded tyres, as we have Lamb getting past Hato for P5. Sorry, for P4. So Lamb's doing a really nice job in P4. Junkyard gets past Dan, and Cockrot also gets past Dan for P11. So Dan dropping down to P12. Dan yet to make a pit stop yet. 28 laps on those medium compounded tyres. If I was Dan, I'd come into the pits, get some new rubber on that, because that's going to be really screaming out. As Drop Bear is carrying a little bit of wing damage, as you can see on the screen. Right side end plate is gone. As we catch back up to our train for P2. 29 laps in of the 66 race Enduro here at Spain. Scotty and Mozza in the box this afternoon, and we've had a little bit of carnage just before our first pit stops. Leaders getting together, and you had Romsey, you had both RBs picking up wing damage. Oscar with the undercut, he's been able to sail clear out front as Lamb picks up fastest lap. He's impressed me this afternoon, and he's going to try and go for the inside move on the Aston Martin of Marvelin. The Aston sticks it there, but so does the Haas on the inside at 3. Lovely side-by-side stuff, but the Aston Martin, more grip around the outside. Oh, the Haas again tries to stick the nose up at 4. Problem is, it's again the wrong side as there's contact, and the Aston Martin goes half spinning. Thankfully saves it. Hopefully gives me a better camera angle than that, but he gets onto the grass. I think it was just part of that side pod sort of stupid contact model. That sends Marvelin into the grass, and unfortunately that sends him all the way back down into P8. But he's behind Romsey. If he can clear those tyres up, him and Romsey try and work together to close up to the top 5, because they're very close to Eco and Jacko. So if you can just get those tyres cleaned in the next half lap, do not lose DRS. He'll be back. Doesn't look like he's picked up any damage, thankfully. But yeah, really unfortunate for those guys. Might be a stewards report after the race. But Oscar, Battlecat, Lamb. So it's Battlecat, Lamb, Hato for the battle for P2 now. As Echo gets past Jacko. I think these guys potentially working together to try and close that 3-second gap. Battlecat second at the moment, our previous Tier 2 champion. Looking good at the moment as Draco gets past Junkyard and Kokorot, and he did get past Dan as well, so he's up into the top 10, but he is 19 seconds off the lead, so he's nearly a pit stop behind. But any sort of safety car, we saw an incident last lap, could happen to bring him back in.
Yeah, well, looking at the Hato, I think he should be boxing soon, along with Drop Bear and Junkyard Dog and Dan the Racer as well. 30 laps on those medium tyres. He might be going for a safety car, but I don't think with how spread out this grid is that there will be one at all. Just Oscar Piastrigo sitting comfortably about 9 seconds, no, 5 seconds, my bad, sorry. It said 9 on my screen, so everything lagged out a bit. Just watching everyone fall, 5 seconds. Draco is getting closer. We'd like to get past Drop Bear no matter what. Just up the front, Lamb ahead of Battlecat, ahead of Hato. Hato is close to losing DRS, so maybe he might try boxing to the hards and going for another Lamb, getting another 3 seconds, so that's 6 seconds for him. Alpha Jacko with 3 seconds. Is unfortunate. He now has Echo behind and Romsey. Both drivers did get wing damage. Marv behind them.
Yeah, Hato didn't pick up DRS that lap, so potentially trying to come in. Yeah, Hato's just stuck a little bit because obviously that early front wing damage, he's used both set of mediums, so he has to go to a hard, but he's just trying to give himself enough of an offset that the second pit stop won't hurt him too much. But he's sort of going to be stuck if there's a later safety car in, say, the next 10 to 15 laps, because if he boxes now, he doesn't actually have a new set of tyres other than softs to go onto. So not quite sure what his strategy is. Obviously, with the lobby reset, remember everybody will have soft tyres available, because obviously they'll have at least 2 depending on their tyre balance. So something to keep that in mind, that if we do have a bit of a shootout, everyone will have new softs. But Oscar's doing well, Mozza. He gets about half a second through the rest of the lap. Problem is, with Lamb and Battlecat sort of DRS, sort of helping each other at turn 1, he loses about that half a second. So he's actually managing the gap quite nicely as Oscar, and he's wanting to hope that we don't get any safety cars and stay green the rest of the race.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you are Oscar, he is leading by about 4.6, but Lamb is catching on my screen. The Battle Cat is 1.8 seconds away, but on track it shows that he's much closer than Milagi Game. There's a battle behind of Hado, Echo, Jacko, Romsey, and Marv. So if you're Hado right now, you'd be thinking, oh, I'd push as far as I can, but if I lose the toe from these guys, box immediately. Echo getting the fastest lap of 15.3. They're pushing it closer to the 14.9s.
Yeah.
Ever so slightly.
Yeah, that's the pure.
Getting passed by Echo.
Yeah, that's the pure pace of Echo at the moment. He's really flying, and he's been able to close, I think, about an 8-second gap that he sort of had when he came out of the pit stop. He's been flying, and this is what we thought. If these guys sort of broke away, if the train sort of didn't stay together, they'd be super quick. So we're seeing that pace now. That sort of Battle Cat and Lamb, that they were sort of at the back of the first train, just hanging on with DRS. Yeah, it's only 2.3 seconds, and as soon as Echo, Jacko, Romsey catches this group, try and get to the front of it, and then try and just start closing down Oscar. But Oscar actually hasn't made as much ground in the middle part of the lap that I expected, so he's going to lose a bit of time down the start-finish straight, with the Battle Cat potentially retaking the lead of the Lamb battle. As we ride on board with the Ferrari driver, crosses the line. We are officially over half race distance. Battle Cat will take the racing line into turn 1. So these two, they haven't sort of really squabbled together. So they're sort of working together, and they've managed to close a 10th closer to the race leader. Echo, obviously, with no one with DRS in front of him, he'll lose all that time that he gains around the rest of the lap. As you got the Alpine of Alpine of Romsey trying to get around Hado. Oh, that got very close to contact. Hado's going to try and stick the nose back down the inside. And he does just that. This is not what Romsey wants. He wants to clear Hado before the two in front of him get away. Otherwise, that could be his chances of a recovery podium out the door. He's fine from behind. Does he have a look down the inside? He can't. Just Hado with DRS. Not much he can do. Hado just trying to hang on with a bit of DRS before he makes his second stop. And more than likely going onto a hard compounded tyre. So it's starting to close up. Yastrigo lost another couple of tenths on that lap. So not sure if Oscar's struggling on his tyres, but he's been alone since the stop. So he's going to have to pick up the pace a little bit.
I wonder if Oscar Piastrico is feeling the tyre wear, especially if you're Elmer Jacko, who is ahead of Echo now with 4-lap pressure tyres, ahead of all of these guys. He did wait a couple more laps, so he has the youngest tyres in the top 8. Even on the whole grid, up to the top 12, he has the best tyres, but drop there, and Dan with the better tyres there. The kick salver of John Morton letting everybody through. So he is being a good Samaritan and letting everybody through.
Yes.
I did see in chat someone said you had. It sounds like you've got a new mic.
Yes, I did. Yeah, got the new mic. So very, very happy with how it's working out. I just got to remember to unmute myself. I did that a couple of times last night when I was comming. Completely missed the race start, and then completely forgot to turn the audio on for the interviewee. So that's how well I did last night. But yeah, finally got a proper mic, as Hader has a little bit of a moment out of the last corner. So he'll get passed by Romsey. Easy move as Battlecat gets past Lamb, and Echo retakes P4. Oh, as that got close. Aston Marvelin He's already been on the grass once. He was nearly sideways again. Thankfully, he didn't. Thankfully, avoided contact. Might have been a warning because he was. I know he was right on that curb. I think he was right. But so, oh, actually, this battle up the front, under 4 seconds now. So Battlecat and Lamb are slowly but surely reeling in the McLarens. So I can't quite see Oscar's tyre wear because he's not sharing. But with the way this game is, you'd rather have it off rather than maybe crashing your game. But we were speaking to Jacko, talking about Jacko with his tyre wear. Even though he's 4 laps younger than everybody sort of else around him, with sort of how long the hards can go, he's only 4% less wear than sort of the guys around him. So it's not a big difference, and he did lose quite a bit of time to stay out those extra 4 laps. So we'll see if that does come into play as Lamb gets back past, easily able to take the racing line. As you got Jacko and Eco and Romsey. So Eco loses 2 spots, Romsey up inside the top 5. So these guys sort of need to work together a little bit. I think they are now. They're not really scrapping away, but they just haven't been able to close up to the Battlecat Lamb battle. If anything, they've lost a little bit of time over the last couple of laps. And it's more so that Oscar's losing time compared to sort of everybody. Last lap time he did was a 16.2. He was about a tenth slower than Lamb, but Battlecat was half a second quicker than... 7 tenths quicker than Oscar. And even that second group, Romsey, Eco, Marvelin, they were slightly quicker than Oscar. So Oscar's got to pick up the pace if he's got it, but might just start to be struggling on those hards. We know there's little cliffs in the tyre age of these hards, so he's probably in that first one at the moment, but just needs to keep pushing. Still got 28 laps left, so still a long way left to go. Cloudy, shouldn't be any rain. Marvelin sets the fastest lap of the race. So closing back up, and Jacko, I thought he was about to lose 2 positions. He nearly gets a little tap of the rear from the RB. He holds P5. It's getting close between these guys. Nothing doing. Marvelin's caught the back of these guys. Hado's with his old tyres has finally dropped off the pack. So as I said, I would not be surprised if we see Hado coming in shortly. Maybe he's trying to lucky out for a safety car, but as soon as he's lost DRS, I think he's going to really start losing time now.
Yeah, well, looking even Junkyard Doggy is keeping with Limitless Draco. Draco, who did have his wing damage, is not able to get past Junkyard that easily and pull away. Junkyard just finding the grip in some moments to get past. Even when Hado and Junkyard are on 25 and 28 lap old tyres, they are still pushing. They're still raring to go. They still want to get close enough. They might even try and go for soft tyres because as it stands, they can go 26 laps or 27. So they might want to go on a set of mediums. A set of hards if they have it, or even a set of mediums. I don't know what tyres these guys have got you left. I don't know if Junkyard started on mediums or if he started on hards.
It would have either been a medium or a soft, I believe. Yeah, it was one or the other. So if these guys have chosen balance, a lot of these guys should have a second set of medium tyres to be able to go on to, except for Hado because he went medium. So he has to go onto a hard or a soft. Maybe he's just trying to hang out for a soft, but those mediums are struggling. 29 laps in, those softs are going to be feeling worse. As I said, we were very surprised Lamb went 20 laps, but he, as we sort of said constantly in that first stint, he was just staying with DRS, and it was just helping him actually gap to the lead. While we're having the aerial view, Lamb's putting on the afterburners, Purple in the middle sector. He's closed the gap within 3 seconds, and he's very nearly dropped Battlecat from DRS. Battlecat, I think, will get it. Oh, did he? It crossed 1 second as he crossed the line. Do we see the rear wing open? No, we don't. Battlecat lost it.
Gaining still. I can see on the mini-map.
He's gaining. Oh, what's that? Lamb actually gave up the position. That was a little bit weird. I don't know why he did that.
I wonder if he's got glitchy pedals as well.
Well, yeah, didn't have any sort of issue prior. We haven't really seen it the rest of the race. It was just weird. Oh, as Marvelin has side contact with Echo, not the first Red Bull that he's sort of run into the side of. And he does sort of let the RB through, but that got hairy at turn 4. So, got to be careful. He doesn't want to take an end plate off. He got very close to last time. So, Marvelin sort of in the walls a little bit. Still within DRS. Got to try and close that back up. As we see Romsey looking at a move at turn 10 on Jacko, but decides better off. He'll wait till turn number 1. But yeah, not sure what Lamb was doing, and that sort of cost him a couple of tenths to Oscar. So Lamb will get DRS this time by on board. So I'm not sure if Lamb was... Actually, I don't even know. You sort of can't explain it. Not sure why. Not sure why he sort of did that. So Romsey, Echo, they both get past Jacko. They get these moves done, but it looks a little bit messier when these guys overtake each other compared to the pair up front. Unless they're still all facing the right way. And they're about 8 seconds off the lead, so they're not by any means out of this race yet. Especially if Oscar keeps losing a little bit of time as he is. 42 laps in of 66. So, yeah, we're just slowing down a little bit. The rest of the field sort of spread out. We've got a couple of battles that we're looking at. Mainly this P4 battle and the battle for P2, but not a lot else happening, which obviously was... Oh, that got close, and a little bit of contact from the RB into the Alpine. So, Echo wants to get back to the front of this train, and he should do just that when they come across the start-finish line and going down into turn number 1. Battle Cat still within DRS, but not getting the move done. Hato finally not those medium compounded tyres. Oh, he'll have to go hard. There's no way that the Sauce will get 23 laps, surely, as Jacko retakes Romsey for P5. What does Hato go on to? Well, I'll keep an eye on that as we have a look at this battle. Romsey, does he sneak a move down the inside? No, Hato's going to go softs. Oh, he got the nose up there, did Romsey. He's going to try and do the switch back. Problem is he has nowhere to go. Jacko covered that nicely. Positions remain the same as they were.
In T9, 23 lap old hards. I think he's got, besides Domwar on those 40 lap old hards, my man is on a mission. He's going to be in about 23 laps worth of tyres, so he's going to be on 63 lap old tyres by the end of this race if he stays on them.
Well, remember, Dunmore had to box lap 1 or 2 for... We had contact with Sheldon, and I think it was Sheldon's AI car, so he had to come in for a front wing. So that's why sort of he jumped onto the hards early. So he can technically do it, and he's about 40 seconds behind Dan, but he's scoring a few points being down there in P15. So he just needs to finish with others retiring. And I believe we've had all 4 of those drivers that have retire of their own accord and come into pit lane and done it. So as we see Jacko. So this train's actually lost about half a second compared to Battle Cat and Lamb. Battle Cat and Lamb have about equalised. Cockroach picks up a 3-second time penalty while he's battling Ghost Rider for P9. These two are about 10 seconds off. So Draco's actually gone back up to P8. So while we've sort of been looking at the front, he's managed to close his way back up the order. But again, it's 11 seconds to the train that he was in previously. So it's going to be a tough ask for him. 22 laps left to go, but a safety car will really save his bacon at the moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm looking at penalties right now. Cockroach with 3, Junkyard with 3, Elmer Jacko with 3. He's going to lose out all the way down to 7th. And Lamb is about 4 seconds in front of Elmer Jacko losing to Echo. If Lamb can make that gap about 6 seconds or even more, catch up to Oscar Piastri Goat like they're doing, it's 2.9 seconds. It has fallen down to 2.7. But if they create a gap big enough and it works, you never know. Hado, a 14.2 we are not at Spa. And yeah, I think Oscar Piastri Goat struggling on those tyres, but is still managing slowly. Looking down at the battle between Marv, Ghost Rider, Hado and Cockroach. That's a pretty good battle. Hado with Marv with the best tyres and Hado with the second best. So Limitless Strike goes now into P7. Time back up the order.
Oh, is this gonna be Alpine goes there? There's contact. And runs straight into the Aston Martin. That's your virtual safety car.
Excuse me, what?
Probably could have been more, but Ghost Rider really the unlucky victim there. The Alpine trying. Sorry.
Rubbish.
Sorry, Ghost Rider obviously going down the inside of who was it? Hado, and unfortunately Cockroach had nowhere to go. Cockroach, as you can see, that left side wing is done and dusted. Does anyone take a chance? I think the leaders don't. Marvelent doesn't, but Marvelent just came in for medium tyres actually. Don Moore's going to come in for a set of mediums. Oh, as Echo picks up a drive-through. He's the only one that picked up the drive-through. Cockroach picked up a 10-second. I think that was for the severe collision that was most certainly not his fault. So the RBs, they were looking very, very good coming into this race. Qualifying both well. They were 1-2 at one point. One's down in 7th trying to recover. The other one's about to serve a drive-through and probably about to come out near his teammate as well. So at least you get two RBs, may be able to work together, but they desperately needed that VSC to be a full safety car. But yeah, that's unlucky. Ghost Rider, unfortunately, he's out. Don Moore, when he gets that extra lap under his belt, he'll pass Ghost Rider. So Don Moore, 14th at the moment and last. Echo, obviously, that got very close to the pit wall. Lovely camera angle. Does he make it? Yes, he does make it under the speed limit. So he'll serve that drive-through straight away just in case another incident happens. So that's really unfortunate. Gaps have sort of spread out now. Battlecat's lost DRS, and actually Oscar might have just been a little bit cautious on that because the gap between the lead is now under 2 seconds. So Eco comes out when the time corrects. Will be 3.5 second behind. Thankfully for Checkered, both his drivers are still inside the top 7. And for an overall constructor's point of view, that's still good points between both RBs. They just sort of need to hope that there's a bit of carnage somewhere, that they get that late safety car and they can fight their way back up to the front. But 12 seconds is a big gap to hunt down in less than 20 laps, and with the old tyres that they've gone on, I don't think they'll be able to quite do it. As Jacko 4.5 now, so we're thinking Lamb might be in a little bit of trouble, but I think Lamb 1.8, 7.6. Lamb has nearly got that 6 seconds already. Lamb just needs to keep it within the white lines, and he could snag a great P3.
Well, Mr. What's his name? Battlecat could be tier 1. Look at that pace. Consistent, flying, amazing.
Hey, I'll happily take his position if he moves up to tier 1, because yeah, tier 1 a little bit too quick for me.
You're not going to Ferrari, no thank you.
That's right. I'll try and at least finish for you, Mozza, tomorrow, so we can pick up some points. But yeah, a bit of a struggle the first 2 races.
It's okay.
As Hado, he gets another fastest lap, so I believe it potentially could be 2 points for.
It counts if you're in the top 10. So Hado's lap will count.
It will count. I'm just checking to see because it could be double points for.
It's 2 points. Because it's double, he gets 2.
So 2 points could be could at least sort of help with his sort of poor-ish race, but he's behind Marvelent now as we have a look. So he should have so much more grip, but insane. Oh, is Hado a little bit happy on the throttle? Got to be a little bit careful. He doesn't want to get too
okay. 1.7 7 seconds. He's lost the time to Lamb.
Oh, as Hato down the inside of the Aston Martin. So we'll switch to Battle Cat very soon. So I feel like Marvlet will get the move back done. Jacko and Romsey, it's now between those two for P4. Sort of need to work together to just get within 6 seconds of Lamb. Jacko's sort of out of it, but Romsey, if Romsey can work sort of with him, Romsey could still find himself on the podium. Hato, he got the move done nicely at turn 10. He actually has enough to keep the position at turn 1. So Hato needs to sort of really push with those brand new soft tyres, get away from Marvlet on the medium compounder tyres. Hato could be in a bit of a battle with the two RBs very shortly, so we'll keep an eye on that. But you're right, I think once Battlecat lost DRS, I think he's just struggling. He didn't quite have the raw pace, and I think that you're sort of starting to show that. And Lamb, as we said, fantastic effort so far. He'd be nearly driver of the day if he can claim a podium.
He would be.
If he can claim, oh, actually, yes, that's right, because he started what, 14th, something like that.
I'll tell you.
12. He's up 12.
14, no, yeah, he started 14th.
So even if even if he drops two places due to pen, he'll still gain 8 positions.
Jacko's got a pen, remember?
Yeah, that's right, he does too. So he's just losing to Battlecat at the moment. But then again, Battlecat and Romsey, their time adding up, that is nearly 6 seconds. So
if Romsey gets to 7.9 to 8.1, Romsey doesn't get the podium. So Romsey has to stay within about 8 tenths to keep his podium position alive, which means Jacko cannot fight him as much as he's doing, or Jacko will choose, stuff the Alpine, I'm going to battle you.
In saying that, we still have 17 laps left to go, so
Someone could make a safety car.
Well, we probably should have got one instead of the VSC about 5 laps ago.
Why did we get a VSC?
Would have made the racing a little bit more exciting, but unfortunately, we're sort of looking at the timing screens a little bit at the moment, because obviously, Eco with that penalty, it's taken him out of the battle that he was having with Romsey and Jacko that was getting a little bit spicy. So yeah, you got a couple of little battles. It's sort of Romsey, Jacko, and now it's got to be this battle from P7 with Eco on the old hard compounder tyres being chased by a new medium and a new soft. So both RBs could be under danger by the end of this race, and you can just see the extra grip that Aston Martin and the Williams has over the RB. And I have a feeling, as we get the aerial shot,
he's going to get double.
He will, because Hato will try and send it down at turn 1. Didn't even need it. The overspeed that he had. So Eco down to 9th. He's got 17 seconds behind. I don't know if you risk coming in, maybe trying to pinch fastest lap, because you never know. Hato and Marvlet could come together. They could come together with Draco when they catch him. So, as I said, I think he'll try and stay out. Maybe go for fast lap at the end, depending on sort of where the sort of state of play is when we get to sort of lap 60 in about 10 laps time. Battlecat is struggling by himself. He's lost that gap down to 3 seconds. Romsey's within 2.3. So I think Battlecat will just sort of slip into the Romsey Jacko fight and then just stick with the train of those two and see if those guys can catch back up to Lamb. But if we're right on board with the Haas of Lamb, he can see the McLaren in his view very clearly now. He knows his target. Yes, he's got 6 seconds worth of penalties, but he'd love to at least win this race on track. And as I said, he still needs to keep pushing because there is still technically a podium on for him. Romsey about 5.4 seconds behind. 5.6 as we switch over and see the penalties. Jacko's out of it, so Jacko will probably finish 5th at best. It's a matter of who finishes on the podium, Lamb or Romsey. But then again, the way Battlecat's falling, it might be Battlecat that might drop off the podium.
Well, as it stands, it's 2.5. Oh, sorry, 5.5. Domor ignoring blue flags. Where on God's green earth is he? He was getting passed by Dropbat and was given.
So that would have been probably down the start finish straight. So obviously he's on fresher tyres as well, I believe. I'll go back to tyres.
Yep,
Yeah,
six lap old tyres.
yeah. So obviously he probably had better grip coming out of the last corner, and then he didn't give the position up. Oh, as Lamb picks up the 3-second penalty, so that is his podium gone as Jacko gets past Romsey. So yeah, that's now Lamb's chances of a podium. That's pretty much done unless Battle Cat Romsey can pick one up as well. Oh, that's really costly. I was hoping that once he sort of got away from Battle Cat that he'd try and keep it penalty
just the
free.
fact he's trying to keep up to Lamb.
To Oscar, you mean?
Imagine if you're where Lamb is and you see him right 1.5 seconds ahead with 14 laps to go. What are you thinking? You're like, I need to push.
Yeah, but you're 6 seconds worth of penalties already, so it's not
9
like
seconds now.
Yeah, well, it's not like you were going to be able to get him and then try and overtake him, being that gap was at 3 seconds, 2.5 seconds for quite a while. So it's not like he's taking chunks of time out of Oscar. So it was always going to be a tough ask to not only catch and pass, but to then also try and break DRS to then get 6 seconds ahead. So I think he sort of needed to concentrate a little bit more on the guys behind. So at the moment he's finishing P5. Obviously not to knock him, because I said he's had a fantastic race, as we see the aerial shot of Jacko and Romsey swapping positions. Romsey up inside the top 4. But again, as I said, still shout out to him because he's driven fantastically. He'll probably be up 9 positions and finish P5 as Marvelin gets past Draco on those new medium compounded tyres. Hato will soon follow on the 11-lap-old softs, but I'll be very curious to see how Hato's soft tyres are feeling. He's currently got the 2 bonus points for fastest lap. 14th lap is the time. Marvelin was a 10th slower. And then most of the other guys are about low 15 in terms of their fastest laps, just due to the nature of what their tyres are actually on at the moment. So as Hato on board, as we watch a little bit of lag, that looked like he was going straight onto the gravel. So it should be, Hato should get much better grip through here. Or couldn't quite get the job done, both having DRS obviously. So we'll have to sit back behind. He really needs to get through, nearly pushing the RB through 12. He's going to have the better traction down the inside, side by side. This light contact, thankfully the Williams doesn't go into a spin. That could have been very close to, as another little moment out of the final corner. But he should have DRS. It should be an easier move done for Hato. He was trying to do it, probably a better thing that he didn't get the job done, because he wouldn't have had DRS and probably would have got overtaken straight away. But that's just how much more grip that the Williams had over the RB. Hato inside the top 7. So these two will sort of be fighting it out now for 6th and 7th, 12 seconds up the road. They won't be able to catch those guys even with the fresh tyres. 11 laps left to go. Looking at the last lap times, everybody in the 15s except for Marvelin. He was a second quicker, but he would have had DRS, I'm pretty sure, that last lap. So sort of won't be doing that. This coming lap, Lamb 1.3 behind. He's got Battle Cat by 3.7, but 9 seconds worth of penalties, so he won't be in any danger at the moment, Battle Cat, of losing that position, or he won't be in any danger of not gaining P2. So these two are sort of just switching together. So other than sort of the Romsey Jacko sort of swapping of positions, the 2 quick runners, Marvel and Hato, they've gotten past the older tyres. Eco has actually come in for a set of mediums while we're sort of watching the battle further ahead. So he'll get Junkyard and then probably pinch fastest lap, I'd imagine, because he will just be too far back from his teammate unless Draco boxes as well.
He used all of that battery and didn't even improve on his quick lap. So that is very unfortunate, but it's currently P8 and P9 for Checkered Flags V-Cubs, and P10 and P3 for the Ferraris for Battle Cat. They are landlocked again, just like in Tier 3. And the Haas, so Jetman's team and the McLaren, no idea who their TP is. Amazing racing. Oscar Piastrigo is, of course, and Lamb, they're both reserves, dominating the front. Actually, he's 3/10 behind. Is Bro okay? Lamb is like on for the win.
On track at
He
least.
does have his, yeah, on track at least, but after penalties, if we look, 9 seconds, he will fall down behind Romsey. So it'll be,
Yeah.
it'll be,
Yeah.
what do we give it?
And Oscar will know the state of play. He knows that Lamb's got 9 seconds worth of penalties. He really doesn't have to do anything
Jesus
stupid.
Christ.
Yeah, here you go. Now, I was waiting for that lap to come with that clean air. 13.6. That will probably be your fastest lap unless we get someone on the softs at the end. So that's 2 points going to RB along with their 8th and 9th at the moment. But yeah, Oscar won't do anything. He'll let Lamb through down this straight, and he will easily just stick with Lamb, I reckon, until the end of the race. He knows 9 seconds. Even if Lamb could get 1 3-second penalty removed, he won't be getting all 3. So Oscar moving to the side, as I figured, easily allowing the Haas through. So Lamb becomes your new race leader. 9
Oh my God.
as he picks up another
How
one.
has he got that? I didn't even see him get that.
He must have done it on the entry. He must have gone too wide to the left before turn in, maybe, or he did it on the curb.
That's a
Not sure.
crazy place to get it.
Or Limitless, Draco, and Hato battling. So Hato's actually lost time. So I think those softs for Hato are starting to go on him.
Hold up. If Marv catches 4 seconds, he will get in front of Lamb. Oh my God.
Which is definitely a possibility, being that he's on what 13 lap old medium tyres. I know this is the starting point where they did start struggling a little bit, but he's got clean air, so it could be possible. Jacko is now very safely within the 3 seconds, so Jacko will actually benefit. And at the moment, he'll benefit to the podium, but unfortunately he'll lose out to Romsey, so it's not going to really matter that way either. So Jacko's probably looking at just P4 anyway, unless Romsey picks up a silly penalty. As the race leaders swap positions once again, but sort of hard to be a little bit excited with this battle because we know that Lamb's got 12 seconds worth of penalties. Jacko has finally caught in Battle Cat and has passed Battle Cat, so Jacko sort of needs to drop Battle Cat and hope Battle Cat holds up Romsey just enough. But I think with Romsey's pace, I don't think Jacko can pull 3 seconds that quickly. But Jacko inside the top 3 now. So Battle Cat and Romsey on the podium currently. Margin.
Lamb just kept that 6 second. He would have been on. He would have been on for second place.
Yeah, just unfortunate that it just hasn't worked out for him. But yeah, no, obviously Lamb showing good speed. Lamb shouldn't be. Saying Cuds' comment, I don't think he should be tier 1. I think he's done really well. But again, you've seen both RBs taken out with damage. You've seen Hato taken out with damage, and you've seen Marvelin. Obviously, I think if not big damage, he had a big moment at turn 4 where he lost plenty of time. Oscar's probably the one that sort of has matched pace as Battle Cat gets back into P3. Romsey's going to try and slip the nose down as Hato picks up a 3 second time penalty. I thought it was Romsey, but it was the Williams, not the Alpine. So I think this battle with Draco and Hato gets the bite taken out of it a little bit because Hato now has to pass and gap 3 seconds, which I don't think he will on those 17 lap old softs. Because as you said at the start, was obviously the hards a percent a lap, maybe less than a percent a lap. So these guys are still running less than 40% wear, so they're no danger of getting a punch anytime soon. With 6.5 laps left to go of this race.
Yeah. Well, the only tyres that probably get puncture would be Hato's, as he is planning to do the rest of the race on these tyres unless he goes for a fastest lap, because he will only move down to around Junkyard. He won't fall that far, but it is obviously up to him. Could go on to another set of softs, or he could stay with Draco and go for fastest lap. He pits again.
So Jacko gets P3 back again. Gap's gone out 7 seconds for these guys with them battling. Hato loses P7. Hato gains P7, apologies, on Draco. Eco's 15 seconds behind. He's settling there now. He's broken Junkyard by about 5 seconds on those new tyres. Lamb doing the job. These guys are starting to come up into a bit of traffic as Prosperic picks up a 3-second penalty. Penalties is just slowly starting to be picked up. Other than Lamb and Jacko losing a couple of positions, Hato losing a position, all the other penalties won't really matter with the guys around them, as the Mercedes gets out of the way of our 2 leaders at the moment. Jack had a bit of a moment out of the final corner, so he'll be a little bit vulnerable to Battle Cat. Does Rumsey go for it? No, he doesn't. I think if Rumsey's aware, I think Rumsey knows Lambs has got 12 seconds, so he doesn't have to do anything too stupid. And he can't afford to really slow this pack down because the margin's 7 seconds. Gap to leader. Marvelous 14.6 off the leader, so he needs another couple of seconds and he'll be within Lamb's 12 seconds. So Lamb could drop down.
4 laps left.
Lamb could drop down to 6th. Jacko's got to be a little bit careful if these guys start fighting too much, because Jacko might be a little bit vulnerable to the Aston Martin's non-pens, because they'll be a lot quicker. And like 35, 39 laps, you can see 40 laps for the Battle Cat. So
42 for Oscar Piastri go.
Yeah, but as we said before, that undercut from Oscar was absolutely brilliant. He managed to make that work down the race, picks up a 3-second time penalty. I believe that's his first penalty.
Yep.
So we'll switch it back to the intervals for the 4 final laps. So Lamb back past Oscar. DRS trading themselves, and I think, was Oscar climbing that curve maybe a little bit too much. Got to be careful not to pick up a silly warning himself. But 8 seconds as Battle Cat and Rumsey fighting. Running on board with the Alpine. Does he have a look at the Ferrari down the inside at 4? Oh, he backed out of it. Oh, he's right on the back. But a little bit wide off 4, so won't be getting the move done. Margin 8 seconds. So Lamb's going to get close to clearing the 12 seconds with the way these guys are battling. But unfortunately won't be able to do it. Jacko's nearly broken Battle Cat's DRS actually. So if Jacko can do that, it'd be good. Problem is Battle Cat will get DRS down this straight, which will help him close up at 10th or 2.
Or even more than that if he puts on the battery.
True. Well, Battle Cat is actually about to lose DRS, so Battle Cat.
Does he?
I think he does. He will. Oh no, did he?
He's just back in. Hang on, right on board with the man. He did lose it.
Yeah, he did. So this helps Rumsey. So the good thing is that Battle Cat can hang on to Rumsey, because Rumsey will get back within a second of Battle Cat of Jacko because of the DRS himself. So Jacko got close. Problem is, when you're the third car, you get DRS and you have that much more speed down the straight that you can easily close up to the gap in front. So you think you break DRS from what Jacko was probably thinking, but then automatically that gap's back down to 4/10. So
no, I know what's in Jacko's mind.
Draco changing his front wing. Set of softs.
Going for that fastest lap.
So at the moment, it's his teammate that's got fastest lap. So he's only got 2 laps, and I think what's Junkyard got? He's got 3 seconds. Draco should close that gap down, about 6 seconds. He'll be rapid on those softs compared to Junkyard's 22 laps, so he should easily be able to close at least within 3 to get that P9 back, but he'll be the one with fastest lap. Sorry, so all in all, that won't actually change RB's points positions because it was 8th and 9th and fastest lap beforehand, so it'll probably be 8th and 9th with fastest lap just with the different drivers, so probably won't make that much of a difference except for the team's total. As the driver's total, sorry, as Romsey gets past Jacko. That gap 8 seconds between this pack of 3 and Lamb in front. 2 laps left.
Marv. Oh my days, Marv. 4/10 away from getting P5.
He's actually
Marv is cooking some stuff.
He's about 1.3 seconds from getting Jacko too, so Jacko needs to be careful that he doesn't actually lose a position, and Marvelint could be on for a top 4 here.
Oh shit.
He's very, very close. There's the intervals. You can see Marvelint's only 3.4 behind Battlecat, so it's only a further 6/10, but it's only just over a lap left to go. So it depends on how rough Romsey and Jacko are into turn number 1. We've seen them get close a couple of times there. We'll switch over to our race leader now, because it will be the final lap begun for our sort of super sub. Oscar done really well. Lamb's going to take the race lead. No worries for Oscar. He's got 12 seconds worth of penalties, does Lamb. So
Lamb is back in it. Marv is back in it. Marv is now in the 12 seconds.
As we see, Jacko gets past Romsey down at turn 1. He's a little bit wide. Can he hang on for P5 at the moment from Jacko? It's got to be...
Go Marv, 3.5.
It's going to be between Romsey and Battlecat, who's P2 on the road. At the moment, it's got to be Romsey. Depends on whether or not Romsey has a crack at Jacko or knows that there's a 3-second pen.
No, that is Cockroach letting them through.
Yeah, so he's going to potentially let these 3 through as well.
Ooh, actually, Dan the Racer closing up, but he does have his... If he didn't get that 3 second, he would have gotten 12th. God damn it. Sad for us.
Always, Oscar wants to take the race lead. These two are fighting. This isn't going to help Lamb's time overall.
Lamb is probably thinking, why the hell are you fighting this?
I don't know. Oscar wants to win it on track. He will. We're going to go side by side. We're going to go side by side through 13. It doesn't matter on track. But we round the final corner now. It's going to be Oscar Piastri Goat. He'll win the Spain Enduro for Tier 2.
Marv gets in.
So
Jacko crosses the line, but it's not going to matter. Marv is going to get him. Marv comes across the line for P4. Oh shit, he just missed out.
Oh, 10th of a second. That's it.
No.
It was looking close. He would have grabbed Battlecat or Romsey if they had the pen, but Jacko, I think, was the lead car. Just saved him a 10th of a second. But great recovery drive. But again, so P8. So Draco did get on the back of Junkyard. Not sure if he got fastest lap though. I'll have a quick.
Going for it. I think he's going for it now. He does get it.
Oh, he does get 12.9.
Christ.
That's great. Probably caught Junkyard at the right time. Didn't slow him up too much.
The line there.
Yeah, he gets 11th.
Only KBM, bro.
Cockroach gets 12th. He was a lap down, and I think that was Dom
Dan the Racer and Dom Moore
or Dan.
A lap down.
Yeah, whoever it was crossed the line. So we'll have a look at the results very shortly. Battlecats gets the Games Driver of the Day. I'll have a look shortly in terms of where that sort of was. But it's Oscar, it's Romsey, it's Battlecat. That's your podium. A fantastic drive from Oscar Piastri Goat. Made the undercut work. He stayed on the hard tyres, was really good. Lamb was catching him. So Lamb dropped Battlecat. Battlecat just sort of couldn't do it. And then obviously the chasing pack couldn't catch him either. So great pace for the McLaren reserve. And that is victory and 48 points going McLaren's way. Romsey, fantastic effort for him. Even he had front wing damage in his one and only stop. Battlecat in P3. As we have a look at our results. Oscar, Romsey, Battlecat 1, 2 and 3. Jacko in P4. Marvelin in P5. Lamb in P6 after the 12-second drop. Hato in P7, Echo in P8, Draco in 9th, Junkyard in 10th, Drop Bear in 11th, Cockerill a lap down in 12th, Dan the Racer and Dom War all finishes. And then our 5 DNFers, Ghost Rider unfortunately collected in the 7-8 chicane, got the one and only VSC. And then we had Golden Sniper, we had Toddy, we had Sheldon also, who retired all in the pit lane. So we'll try and get Oscar, Romsey, Battlecat into the comms box, have a little bit of a chat with them.
Yeah, I've sent them the link.
Solid race. Obviously, Enduros can sort of drag out. What are we? We're 15 past 7 my time, local time.
6:46 for my time.
So, Battlecart can't do interviews, so quick word on his race. He sort of was at the back of that lead train for pretty much most of that race, and he did a fantastic job. Just sort of staying out of trouble. Great battle he had sort of with Lamb. They were sort of working together at points, but fortunately for him, as soon as he lost DRS from Lamb, he just sort of unfortunately fell back into the clutches of Romsey and Jacko. But he was able to keep pace with them through the rest of the race and claiming P3 and good points for Ferrari as well. So I think Battlecat would be very pleased. His teammate finishing in P10 as well, so I think he'd be pleased for the afternoon's work. Plenty of points going Ferrari's way.
Yeah, well, in our Mercedes chat, just want to say, when I said about if Drop Bear wanted to use controller or wheel, Worldita said he might sell his rig because he heard of that. So that's unlucky. Hearing that a controller, a KBM player is faster than you. Congratulations to the front 3, Battlecat. Amazing race. Oh, the graphics are on screen.
Just a quick one.
Just a quick one. They look amazing anyway.
So there's your top 3. As we've got Romsey in here. We'll have a chat to Romsey. P2 in the end. Romsey, great effort from yourself. Long race, I know. Obviously, big talking point for you. Obviously, that collision at turn 1, we sort of missed it, unfortunately, because we were the car behind, but clearly contact, having to change to front wing, but you recovered well and back onto the podium. Well done.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad of a race, but I think that kind of cost me the race, because I was burning down the straight behind Draco, and then Echo came up the side, and I just backed out and let him go, and he just ran straight into the side of the Draco, smashed his own wing, came back on track, and then smashed my wing, and then I had to box probably a bit earlier than maybe I wanted to, and then I obviously lost another 5 seconds for changing the wing. But other than that, I think probably where I got was the best for today.
Pace definitely looked good, but obviously we saw around Spain, big DRS train. You had the group of 8 cars right out front. Pretty much that entire first. What was your sort of gameplay coming into it? Because obviously you knew you had pace, but you knew obviously the guys around you also did as well. So what were you thinking, especially if you didn't get that damage? Was it sort of just staying with the train and then being super aggressive eventually at the last 10 laps, or sort of what were you thinking?
Yeah, well, I was pretty happy to stay P1, P2 or P3. P3 is a bit hard because I kind of thought that Echo and Draco were working together. Because at one point Echo just started going super slow around the track and let Draco kind of run off a bit, but then we just caught back up. So I think they were probably just playing like some team kind of game. So I was just kind of happy to stay a bit behind and then just make some moves after the pit stop and stuff like that. But then obviously the whole race changed. So then we just had to work with the cars around us, like Jacko and stuff, to try and get back up there. And yeah, I've never done that's the first full-length race I've ever done, so I didn't really know what to expect. All my team principal said was just make sure you go to the toilet before the race, and that was great advice.
Yeah, because I was going to ask, 100%, obviously, if your first race, I know my first 100% race, it sort of took you out of it. How is the body feeling after that? Obviously, Spain, it's a bit of an interesting track. Obviously, it's not one of the killers like Singapore can be, but sort of how are you feeling, sort of even mentally as well after that one?
Oh, I'm not going to lie, I was screaming a fair bit through that drive, so Probably a little bit stressed out towards the end because I knew that we had to catch Battle Cat to jump up a position. But other than that, I'm super sweaty and pretty tired at the moment. So
No, you definitely did well. Mozza, anything for our P2?
Not much. Just how are you feeling for Bahrain, which is next?
not good. Honestly, these are probably like my 3 weakest tracks, the first 3 tracks on the calendar. So hopefully after that I can get moving a bit more. But yeah, I'm not a fan of Bahrain, to be honest. The braking points for that like downhill left-hander going onto that DRS straight in the middle is super hard for me with no ABS. I just lock up a lot there. So we'll see how we go anyway.
Fair enough. And then, yeah, after that you have Suzuka, which is a sprint, so you have to
Yeah.
sit in that chair a lot more.
Yeah, it's one of my favourite tracks, so I'm excited for that one at least.
Hunter's gonna be so happy.
Cheers, boys. Good comms anyway.
No, thank
Cheers,
you,
man.
and great drive.
Cheers, boys. I'll catch you later.
We are.
All right, so we don't
He
have
was
our,
the only one.
yeah, we don't have P1 in here. So Moz, obviously, quick word on Oscar's fantastic victory.
Yeah, well, from his point of view, boxing for that undercut and going about 48 laps on those tires, I believe. He just had an excellent race. The undercut helped him a lot, definitely. He did have a good battle with Lamb at the end, sadly for Lamb, who was not able to get P2 if he just had his 6 seconds. Besides that, I think I know the reason why Battlecat cannot do interviews. His back hurts and he can't move. So unlucky for him. But yeah, it was great to see a lot of these drivers. The battles are a lot more than tier 3, I would say. So I hope for tier 1 all the same. But besides that, I hope he's looking well and looking forward to Bahrain next Saturday.
Yeah, it should be interesting Bahrain next week, but that can be a little bit of a DRS train spot as well with the long straights there. But obviously we'll wait and see next week. So that will wrap us up. Thank you very much everyone for joining us. I know these endurance races can be long, and obviously the red flag at the start clearly didn't help, but thank you very much for joining us. We've just hit nearly the 2.5 hour mark, so big thank you for everyone for watching. Mozza, the double shift you pulled Friday and Saturday. Thank you very much for hopping in last minute and giving me a hand. Pleasure as always.
Yeah, thank you, man. It was very nice to commentate with you. Apparently, I was cutting you off a fair bit, so I'm sorry about that.
I think we sort of think of ourselves. I know you main, so it's that tricky co-com sort of situation where you got sort of 2 main lead comms that tend to call main, so it's a little bit tricky. But I think we did the best that we can. I think it's still come up pretty well. Obviously, it got a little bit slow there, but I think we worked it all out. But yeah, thank you for jumping in. And tomorrow, Sunday, 5 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time, we'll see the Quick Boys do it, and myself at the back, but we won't mention anything about that. But again, we saw 5 retirements, so you just need to finish and you can score some good points for your teams. But we'll see what the top boys can do. If Meowsy, Checkered Flag, we'll see if they can pick up the victory at the Enduro. Checkered Flag holding a 3-point lead over Campbell. Both those boys picking up the first 2 races in Tier 1. Yusuf not too far behind him as well. You got Meowsy, you got Karma, plenty of quick names up there. Lord Mojave, if he picks up a reserve seat, Farmer Sam. It's going to be a cracker of a Spain Enduro tomorrow afternoon for Tier 1. So
Well, we can check that now. I think Stainsy's love child is Lord Mahiva. I am not too sure.
No, that is someone else.
That's Mash.
Mash,
I know
yeah.
That is
Knew
Mash.
it was. Matt. Figured it was
Yeah,
Mash.
Lord Mahiva is not participating, so he is not racing this
That's
weekend.
right. There's got to be enough quick guys, and I'm sort of hoping that maybe we get hopefully a little bit of rain.
There
But
are-
in saying that, there's the race briefing hasn't been out yet. I'm hoping for a couple of little raindrops on that briefing, maybe to change things up. But obviously we'll wait and see. But yeah, we'll wait and see. But yeah, JP will be on the call tomorrow afternoon, so we'll get him in. He'll provide a banger. If I'm out early, I might join him. So just with the way this race could go, but
you racing the whole damn thing.
I'm trying. I'm going to try to not try and DNF, but we'll have to wait and see. But join JP tomorrow afternoon. He'll knock it out of the park as usual. But to end the stream, he's been Mozzo, I've been Scotty again. Long night tonight, but thank you very much for joining us, and we'll catch you tomorrow afternoon for Tier 1.